Hi, I'm Jean Phillips, the coordinator of Quarryville Release Time, which has been going for almost 20 years, started by Brenda Brazy, who's now one of our leadership people. Last spring, when we were to give an estimation of how many students we'd have this year, I decided I'd really be brave, and I'd say 90. Well, when Friend Day was to come this year, Aaron Zebarth had visited our group, and he really challenged us. He said, we want you to get 60% of your friends who return, to return to release time for the rest of the year. So at that juncture, we had 81 students. So I thought, well, we'll try to go for our 90. The verse we had that week was from Ephesians 5, and it reminded us, be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the use of every opportunity, because the days are evil. When we passed out the friend letter to our kids, they were so eager to bring them back with their friends signed up. And this year they could sign up not just for Friend Day, but they could come for the rest of the year. As the registrations started coming in, and we gave them a week and a half to come back, it was like, oh Lord, you are really, really stretching us. We don't have that many listeners. How's this going to work? Beautifully, as they came back in, the friends were very nicely divided. Each listener had only one or two friends. Only one of the listeners had 3 friends, and we had an extra hand for that person. I think we had 17 friends signed up, and the day of the Friend Day, a mother came to my house and said, please take my daughter. I said, well, we'll do her today, but she'll be on the waiting list. We got to release time, and here comes Tony. Tony, your name's not on the list. Well, right here. He pulled out of his pocket. Here's my form. It's all filled out. I thought, oh, Lord, how's this going to work? Well, I looked on my roster. Sure enough, his friend was in a group with just 2 boys, and he could fit right in. The students were very attentive and listened so carefully to that Bible lesson. At the end, when we had our wrap-up, I asked our volunteers, give me a word to describe this Friend Day. Fantastic, a blessing. Marvelous, the students were understanding. I'm thankful. One listener said, one of my boys even told me, thank you. That's pretty rare in today's culture, it seems. I returned to the school after release time to give them these 2 new registrations of children who had come that day. And already the office people had heard about release time. Tony came back and said, I learned so much. I want to keep going all the rest of the year. Soon, the new interim principal came out of his office. This was after school. He said, I heard everything you were saying, he said to me. He said, please thank your volunteers for all they're doing for our boys and girls. And that's the first I met him. Wasn't that exciting how God worked that out? Well, now that Friend Day is over, we gave them their forms back, who only signed up for Friend Day, and we said, you may keep coming if your parents just sign their name down at the bottom. They already gave us all the information. 2 of them came back right away. Yesterday, a week and a half later, I dropped in at school. Sure enough, 1 more student signed up. 99 students signed up. And the amazing thing is, God has given us enough listeners, except for this new one and 1 other child. And this morning, I talked to a former release time listener, and she said, well, I just can't hear the students. Well, we think we can handle that, and we'll see what God's going to do. But praise his name. His word is going out. We have the opportunity, and yes, the days are evil, but he is mightier.